Hi all. This is Jennifer Smith. I'm your instructor. Hopefully we'll get to see each other through video conference before the semester is over. I just wanted to make this little recording to kind of walk you through Canvas and to show you a few things. Later today I plan on recording a lecture on the early medieval period and posting it. But I thought maybe you should learn to navigate the system before I did that. Also, I want to apologize. There was a little bit of a total kerfuffle, let's call it, with Canvas, and I was locked out of Canvas, and many of you are just now able to access Canvas, so I apologize for that. It's just been chaos, but we'll get it together, and nobody needs to worry. Nobody gets in trouble for technology's mess ups, so don't worry about it. So the first place you need to know about is My WC, and you probably already know this. This is where you have Coyote Connect and you register for classes and you can handle your email. On this screen, there's two places that you could enter your Canvas classroom. One's up here, online courses, and the other one is down here. You do have to sign in to the system, but once you're into My WC, you should be able to see your course. So we'll go ahead and go on in here, online courses. You won't have as many classes, I hope, as I do, but you should see my class listed there. Here's your class. Hopefully, if you're having trouble getting into Canvas, you've contacted me and I've started the process of getting you up and running. It's going to be a little slow. Like I said, they're having major problems. They've got most of them worked out as of today, but there's a few stragglers. So you go ahead and click into your class. This is the home page. It'll always take you here. You can see up here you're enrolled with a bunch of other students from other local high schools, and I'm going to also try to get you combined with my face-to-face class. Everything you need, you should be able to access from the modules. So we'll go through each of these things. General information. This is the department syllabus. That just kind of tells you what the school description of the course and the objectives. This outline here is the one I emailed to you, and that's the one that you follow to know when dates are coming up for submissions of assignments, for your reading assignments, any other smaller activities like discussions or quizzes. It'll be listed on this outline. The outline's also a bunch of legal mumbo jumbo, so don't let it intimidate you. I'm actually not quite as mean as the outline makes me sound. Whatever you see, anything blue in Canvas, it's usually something you could click on. You could either view it by previewing the document, or you could download it, and that might be the choice for this one if you don't have a copy of it already. The communicating with Mrs. Smith, that has some tips on when to email versus when to set up a video conference, when to call, when to hit the Q&A. So you might take a look at that. And then here's my schedule. I'm not sure how helpful this will be. It lists all my classes and the times, and then here are the hours I have set aside to do tutoring or hold office hours essentially, and those are for you guys are going to be all remote. At this point, I think I'm going to keep track of my tutoring appointments or my office hour appointments, so if you want some one-on-one time or have something that's not just a quick question, please email me and give me a couple options on the times you're available, and we'll try to get something set up. And that's sometimes the best way to do things, especially if you're concerned about a grade or a paper, or you don't understand why you got a grade on a paper. Those things are better to talk over video conferencing rather than email. Okay, so just kind of look around in there. So when we go back to our home page, you're going to see modules. Modules are going to be where you do all of your work, where you both get content and submit assignments. So let's go look at those. Okay. Right now, you're going to see a lot more on mine because I'm still building it, but you should be able to see, I believe, the first 3 weeks. And this should line up with the course outline I sent you, unless I made a typo on the dates or something. So when you go into Unit 1, each week is going to be divided. It's going to be what you need to read and view, and then what you need to do, your assignments. Okay? Each one of these is, if there's no little icon with the paper and the magnifying glass, it's a content page. So you just click on it and it'll pop back. When it has this icon, you have the option of downloading it or viewing it. I wouldn't download any of these. I don't think any of them you need other than the outline. So you'll see our page numbers for our book, okay, that you're assigned this week. And if you don't have your book yet, we don't worry about it. Just get online and find Beowulf. I did send you a link that has the same translation that we have in the book, so if you want to use that one. So you'll see there's videos, and sometimes there's pages with like lecture notes or that kind of information, and you're to kind of consume that and come with questions if you have any, so I could clarify. So for the first week, all you really have to do, other than getting started on Beowulf, is do these 2 assignments. The first one is introduce yourself, and it's just a discussion. Read the directions and you reply. Okay. After you answer the 3 bullet points and make your post, you'll see other people's posts, and you're to respond to 2 other classmates. So we could look, we see Jessica from Huckabee is all over it. Good job, Jessica. She's answered, and she's going to go back in here. Let me see if I could see where she's gone in and answered. Well, see, I could see Abigail has both posted and answered someone else. So just follow the instructions. If you have any trouble, we don't get upset. Just shoot me an email and we'll figure it out. So let's go back to that module, and I'll show you the second thing that you have to do this week. This week, 0 quiz 2322. All your quizzes will be online like this. I'll show you a preview. This is a 2-question quiz. It's just acknowledging plagiarism, contract, and academic integrity statement. Make sure you agree, otherwise you won't get the 100. But it's just, again, it's just a legal document here, just to make sure you've acknowledged that you understand that it's a no to cheat. But don't worry about it. I'm not after you to catch you plagiarizing. That's not my goal in life. Okay? So, going back to the other modules. Week 2 will look about the same. We find, again, you have your reading assignment up here out of the book. And then there's some lecture notes, some more lecture notes on the specific poem. Here's a Possum Point challenge, and I'll get to that in a minute. Here's some assignments for the week. You have another discussion. This Fun with Kennings is actually also in discussion form, but it should be fun, and it's a little bit of a contest, and you'll get to that eventually. And then we have our week 2 quiz, and this is actually your first real quiz. It'll be over the reading up until that point, and any of the material on Canvas is also fair game at that point. Okay? So that's your basic uh, tour of the Canvas classroom. And I'm going to go ahead and do a video in a minute kind of giving you some historical background on the medieval period. I plan on doing a video lecture or even just audio lectures at least once a week, so you get the same thing that my face-to-face students do. I'm also gathering time slots where the various high schools have this class scheduled, so I could maybe come up with a time where we could have some face-to-face or synchronous learning, in other words, like in a Zoom meeting, where you could ask questions and I could lecture or ask you questions. So I'm working that out, and just be patient. But what you need to know is this is going to be a good class. I want you to succeed, and I'll do everything in my power to make that happen. And if you do what you're supposed to, you have no worries. So I look forward to maybe seeing you face to face in a Zoom meeting.